Here we are, after all these months of streaming. I'm going to the Pro Tour Amsterdam, just starting my journey right now. It'll be probably about 5 hours till I get there. Super excited to get there, and I'm very happy that I can take the train. We're just going to inner city London right now, where we'll get on the Eurostar, which will take me all the way without stop to Amsterdam, which will be awesome. Alright, first part of the journey done. We are at St. Pancras International. Let's go to the trains. And we're here. It is a long train ride. Better get some good food for the way. Hey, I just made it after a few hours on the train and just got outside the station. Gonna try and find the right public transport to my hotel. You really have to appreciate this wide paths here just for bicycles. It's awesome that they have the space here for cyclists. I wish I had something like this for cyclists in London as well. I just arrived in the hotel room, was no issue finding it. Citizen M, it's a pretty cool little hotel. I think I stayed with them one before. I'll be here for a little while and then I'll go to the keynote address or speak or whatever you want to call it from Brian Gottlieb at the venue, which will also let me know like how far away from the hotel it is. So my understanding is it's walking distance. And the hotel room is small but cute. Like, one of the things that I find interesting, like if you look at the loo here, it's kind of just in the middle of the room, and it's like it's a round room. You have to close it off from both sides, and then it's like, I guess it's very efficient usage of space. And then also the shower over here is like that as well. Very interesting design. I certainly haven't seen that before, but you know, you got all the necessities, and the most important for me is always that it's just clean. The bed is huge, so I think this will be a nice little space for the next 4 days. Just heading over to the venue now, and look what a lovely walk we have here. Awesome. I can do this for a few days. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to will probably be the nerdiest place in Amsterdam for the next 3 days. Can't wait to go inside and see what's up. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Woof. There's a lot of people already here. Oh my god. The stand from conventions as well. Price wall. I guess these are the lines for picking up event tickets and packages. Looks awesome. It's actually the biggest venue I've seen so far. It looks even bigger than Worlds, which is surprising. Alright, let's go. It's a Thursday evening and the merch stand is already being crowded by everybody trying to get these cool t-shirts. Zen, new. I've got some really good stuff this time around. Really ramping it up. And here we have the feature tables where everything will be happening this weekend. So everything you see on stream, you've already seen it probably, will be from here. So hope you enjoyed watching it. They're probably going to put on another great show. Keynote just started. A lot of attendance here. A lot of excited viewers. You can see them great new stuff. We're still in the middle of the keynote, but I can already say it's very cool that they're allowing everybody to be here for this one. It's very good. In addition to everything else here, I was also playing the mule for this very cool, very rare card, which is way too much money for me, but I can appreciate it. I would love to have it in my collection, but yeah, just gonna pass it on for a friend. Just want to take a good look before it goes. So around 5:30 p.m. on Friday, I finally get to play my first game of Flesh and Blood, and it was sealed. The pool, honestly, I'm a bit tired today, so I have no idea what I was doing. I decided to go for new. I don't think Zen was there. Enigma, I have no idea how to play, so that was out immediately. So went for new. I think the deck is alright, but I paired into Javier, who's on Zen, and I think it's probably a difficult matchup. He played it really well. I didn't get the hands, and it was over pretty quickly. But yeah, it's fine. At least I finally get to play a game, and I got the promo. That's all I'm here for. Afterwards, I might drop. We'll see. The real important stuff is tomorrow for the calling, right? You want to be sure to be awake for that. All right, talk to you guys later. All right, and that was game number 2. We played into another Zen. It was Willem. I think he's a local, or at least from the Netherlands. And this time it went a lot better. I had a just Nick in Arsenal for a couple of turns, and I locked into him not blocking my one attack, and he was on 5 life, and that was it. I think the big turning point was where I was able actually to use a 3 transcend card with a blue attack. I attacked with 2 daggers into the blue, I transcended, I used the card from his hand, and actually at the end I came in for, I think it was 7 damage, and when I thought I had actually a completely crap hand, and I didn't even see those, I had that much damage. It was fun. So we won one. I think there's 2 more games. Well, we'll just play it out. I'm ready for dinner actually. I had a pretty crappy night last night, but we'll play at least 1 more game, see how it goes. So, a couple of more minutes, and looks like my opponent for round number 3 is not showing up. I'll take the double tickets, no worries. We got a couple more minutes, let's see what happens, but I'm secretly hoping they're not gonna show up. Hello again, walking back from the venue from the last game today. I sat down opposite Lucas from the US, and he proposed a split for the tickets, so we could just not play the game and both go have dinner, because it's 8:15 and I'm hungry and tomorrow's going to be a long day. So I decided that's a good idea. We both walk away with more tickets than we had before, and yeah, that was a good deal. So all in all, only played 2 out of 4 games, but I'm still happy with walking away with 400 tickets for that, so that's good. And I'm looking forward to the calling tomorrow, trying to rest up tonight, have some food, sleep better hopefully than last night, and then wake up early-ish to prepare my deck. Also need to make sure I go grab some food for the lunch break, because the food options here at the venue are not great. We'd have burgers and stuff, but I want to have something a bit healthier than that, so I need to go grab that in the morning before I go. But yeah, I look forward to that, and I'll report back in as I've done tomorrow after every game. See you soon. I want to say I played a lot of FAP today and I deserved this, but you know, I didn't play a lot of FAP. I still think I deserve it, and it looks delicious. I'm starving. So trying to dig in and then relax. I am ready for tomorrow to play some awesome games of Flesh and Blood. Saturday morning, day after calling, and I wanted to go out to grab some Starbucks, start my day with my normal breakfast, because I would feel like breakfast at hotels are overpriced. But I realized they're not open yet, so instead I got breakfast at the hotel, and it's not looking too bad. I think eating properly before a big tournament is not bad either. Then I'll just go grab some lunch later on. As I mentioned in an earlier video, the offering in the hall is not really that great, and I don't think there's that much in the area to quickly go grab. So I'll come prepared. So here we are. There is about 10 minutes until the player briefing starts for the calling. I feel very prepared. I've been playing a lot of Kayo over the last few weeks, and hopefully it'll pay out. But at the end of the day, I really just want to have fun today. I'm trying not to tilt, just play my best. And no matter what the win-loss record is, I want to have a good time. Let's see if I can do this today. I usually struggle a little bit with that. So maybe today's different, and you know what? The best way to have fun is just to win all the time. I think Kayo is a reasonable deck. We have other decks which are aggro, which are better. I think Azalea and decks. Zen are definitely better aggro decks. But I know the hero, I know the class, I know every single card, I know all the lines, so there's something to be said for that. So I'll just play it and I'll see where it goes. Just finished round number 1 of the calling. There's about 20 minutes left to go. My first opponent was Christopher from Oslo, and he was on Zen. He won the dice roll and he decided to go second, which makes a lot of sense. The first turn, I actually did pulping red, which was pretty good. Then he proceeded with his first turn, where he played a double bonds turn, which was already pretty nice. Next turn, I did a bit of damage. I forgot what I did there. But then we went into the second turn, where he had already cracked all Transcend Universe and the Strike, so I knew there was going to be a Art of War turn coming, and it was a pretty huge Art of War turn with a third bonds. That drove me to like 15 damage. I had a Blood Rush Bellow turn in my hands, and of course I played the... It was like basically my last chance to get the game back somehow. I decided to play a Blood Rush Bellow. Started with a go again card, I forgot its name. Wild Ride Reds, and of course I draw into a blue reckless swing. I discard that, and my turn ends for 9 damage. And at that point, it's basically gone. It was a brutal game. It's just a game to forget. There's really not much I can do. I could probably optimize that turn a little bit to go with the claw first, but it was like 20 life ahead, so I don't think it would make much of a difference. Still had a good time though, and I'm just hoping not to be playing against another Zen next round. Hello again. I just finished round 2, playing into Matthew, who's from the UK, on Prism. And I threw very hard. I forgot the cards that gave me he played the Herald that gives me... No, the Angel that gives me -1, and I forgot what it does on my turn, and so I cracked Sash, and I wanted to go again with Wild Ride, but of course the card that I discarded was a 5 at that point, so Wild Ride didn't trigger. And I wasn't able to clear that for a couple of turns, which had a pretty impact on me, and then they played the Aura that also gave me -1. So it's like a -1 almost all my game. I wasn't able to clear them, and because my cards were the -1, that completely invalidated what my hero's ability is, right? So I was basically playing a hero without ability for large parts of the game, and it's not surprising to say that cost me the game. Now, I made some pretty bad mistakes mid-game, and I should have realized what was happening there. I should have addressed it instead of ignoring it, and if I do that, then maybe I have a chance. But, this one is on me. I think the Zen one in game 1, it happens. A game gets away from you. Zen games tend to do that, but this one is definitely on me, and we're 0-2. Let's go into round number 3, and maybe we can get the first win there, hopefully. Game number 3, I matched into Callum from The Hague, and he was another Zen. I think the game started pretty well for me because he had a few underpowered turns. We kind of traded damage. Obviously he didn't block, so it was okay there. And then I broke the Sash when I had 2 Wild Rides in hand. Blue, I also had a Beast Within, and then I got lucky on the second Wild Ride where I discarded the Beast Within. I had in my hand a Bearfangs Red and a Swing Big, and he was on 5 life with all the equipment still up. So the decision that I had to make there was, am I going to roll Scabskins so I can get extra action points to then go Swing Big into Claw into Bearfangs? Because of the Sash I could afford that, right? Because I have 1 more resource and a blue in my hand. Or do I just go Claw into Swing Big? But I was like, if I do that, then they probably live on a life or so. And if they have a big turn, then I'm just screwed. So I roll the dice, roll a 5, and basically they crack all their equipment. They still have to use a card from hand, and I take them down to 1 life. And they actually had an Art of War turn. I think if I don't do that, I probably lose the game right there. So yeah, we're 1 and 2, and I beat the Sen. And yeah, we've got a good time break now. We'll take the break and we'll see what we do in round number 4. When you're playing a long day of games, you gotta make sure you keep that energy up. And for a change, I got something good. Let's get some ananas or pineapple. Alright then, we're back in it. Just played against a guy called Victor. He was an Azuri. And I think Azuri is actually quite a good matchup for Kayo. But just because the numbers of damage they can do is pretty limited, so unless they hit you with something that messes with your hand, you're pretty happy. And I took that win. I'm now at 2 and 2, so we can still submarine it. The dream is still alive. But I'm already planning that I'm going to play the side event at 5 PM if I lose one more game. I was thinking about playing it out, but I think I'd rather enter a side event where I can get tickets and I get the Nullrune gloves from the event here. I think that's better than just kind of dicing it out until the bitter end. At least if I can't make day 2 anymore, right? But we'll see. Maybe we'll get a 3rd win and we'll turn this positive. But yeah, it was a good game. It was a really nice guy. I just pured out the damage turn after turn. I had a lot of go again. And I finished the turn with a Blood Rush Bellow and pulping, right? So pretty good there. They were down on 1 life and really no way to recover. But yeah, it was good. It was a fun game. I'm having a really good time. I think that's the most important part, even though I'm 2 and 2. You know, it's awesome. So just finished my game number 4. Yeah, game number 5. Game number 5. Yeah. So I'm now on 3 and 2. I played a guy from Greece, and his name is very difficult to forgive me. Theopides, something like that. Sorry if I mispronounced that. He was on Enigma, and I actually feel quite good on Kayo versus Enigma. I think it's quite a good matchup. I played it quite risky, so I did just completely ignore the haze bending and all the auras he played and just went face. Basically, my goal was to not let him breathe. He played Iris, so I knew if he could kick any blues in hand, then obviously it's going to hurt. But you know, if he just has 1 blue, that's what, 5-6 damage maybe, and I can turn up more damage every turn after turn after turn. So I think it worked quite well. I had 1 turn where I played pulping and I discarded a non-6, which was painful. It discarded a reckless swing, but you know, it happens. But yeah, otherwise it went well, and you know, with 3 and 2 we're alive for day 2. I just need to win out every single game from here on out. I'll try. So I just finished game number, I want to say 6, and I played a KO mirror against Robin from Germany. I asked him to please speak English because I'm so not used to speaking German anymore that it throws me off when I play Flesh and Blood, right? So I asked him to please stay in English, although I grew up in Switzerland, so I'm fluent in German, or a very strong accent of it anyway. So KO mirror, and I won the game. It came down very late game. I was able to take a turn of him, which was pretty good. Went down to 2 life, and I was like, okay, if they have it. But the thing is, I had a reckless swing in hand, and I had a yellow pitch, and I had a swing big, right? So I was like, okay, if I swing big with the might for 9, and then I put a reckless swing, they were on like 5 life or something. It's like, if I can do that, they're probably going to take enough damage one way or another that I can reckless swing them, and that's exactly what transpired. So yeah, it worked out. I know the deck doesn't usually run reckless swing. This is Lupin Fiasco's list that I'm playing, but it worked once today. It also cost me a game because it discarded on a wild ride where I needed go again, but it won me this game. So I guess it's a toss-up, but I like it in my deck. I like it, and we are 4 and 2 now. Lost the first 2, won 4 games in a row. I've never been alive in a calling for day 2 so late in the day. So I was thinking about playing maybe the side event, CC side event, to get the Nullrune gloves. get some more tickets because I want the first edition Arcane Rising pack. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep playing, and we'll see if I can get another 2 wins and get into day 2. That would be awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gaming. I just finished my 7th round to go 5-2. I played into Ian on Zen. He's from British Columbia, Vancouver over there. And honestly, it was so freaking close. I played us in packing in the right spot that forced a Transcend card out of his arsenal, and he had to use it instead of being able to transcend the next turn. And it was on or spell a turn. I could have done a pulping into a claw instead, but I had forgone like 8 damage to do it, or something like that, and it was the right decision because it forced him into a situation where he didn't want to be. And I think if I don't do that there, he probably runs away with the game. So yeah, you know where I am at the moment. Best calling for me ever. I'm gonna have a positive record no matter what. I'm really happy with that. But we just need one more game to make the day 2, and obviously that's the goal now. But you know, I'm happy. It's like after going 0-2 in the first 2 rounds, who would have thought that I'm still alive in round 8? All right, come on, let's do this. So I just got back to the hotel. I completely forgot to make a video after the last game. I don't think I did. I played into Pi, who is from Korea but currently lives in Poland. Pi is in prison. I'm scared, but he says I'm favored. I was like, I know how prison can go. Before that, I had 2 losses. I had a game into a Zen, which I just got destroyed. And then the second game that I lost today was into a Prism, right? And the Prism, I played really, really badly, and I really didn't have a chance in that game. So I was going in this with not good feelings in my stomach, but I play it. And I freaking win. That's why I didn't make a video, because I was so stunned. I forgot until now, back in the hotel, to actually report on the game. I think I did a pretty good job of keeping the game under control. I think what really helped me is like I was able to clear the angels because he kept using it defensively to ward 4. So he had quite a few of them out on the field, but he had to keep using them. So I wasn't able to use them offensively. And I think at the end of the day, that won me the game. The last turn, he was down to 1. I called him for 3, discarded a natural wind-up into Command and Conquer. And I don't know what in his hand, but he considers it like he can't do it. Like, I can't freaking believe I went 0-2 and then won 6 games at a calling in a row to, for the first time ever, qualify for day 2 of a major event. I was like, that might not seem a lot for a lot of you, but I have my best thing that I've ever done so far is top 4 road to nationals, right? And I had some plenty of help from my friends there as well. I've never done anything like this, and just to go lose 2 and then win the next 6. I won against 2 Zens. There was an Azuri there was a Prism there. It's amazing. And I'm done right now. I rewarded myself by buying a Marvel Kayo because I want to have a memory of reaching this. And I'm just waiting for my food to get here. I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to have to be ready again tomorrow morning to play that tournament, because now I'm playing day 2, which is amazing. And to think that earlier on I was thinking about dropping. I was like, no dropping. I don't really care at this point what happens at day 2. This is the best that I've ever achieved. I don't even know if I can still get into the money, if that's not possible. I don't care. If I win a couple of games tomorrow, or even just 1, I'll be super happy. This right here is my best achievement ever. I've never gone, I've never had a positive record before. The best record that I've had so far at a calling was a 4-4 at the calling Birmingham, which I think was at the start of the year. No, it was calling Liverpool, sorry, which was limited. So I went for 4 there. So to go to 6-2 is bar none the best already. Making day 2 is just a cherry on top, and let's see what we can do tomorrow. I think top 8 is probably out of the question unless I win out, which would be amazing, but probably impossible. And, the goal now is money. I was so tense after the game that my stomach was in knots after I qualified, but now I'm ready to dig into some awesome food. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. Yeah, so we're just heading to the venue Sunday morning, ready to get the gaming on for the final day. Day 2 of the calling. I have to say I feel like death. Maybe slight over exaggeration, but I definitely have cold symptom this morning. I took something, but hopefully it will make me feel better and focus on the games. But today's just a cherry on top of the cherry, so it'll be fine. There's 5 rounds to go. I'll play. I'll do my best. I want to just have the highest position that I can possibly get, so I'm not going to drop. I'm going to play it out, see what happens, and I'd love to, obviously, if I can get a top 8, awesome. But my realistic goal, or my realistic high set goal, is for money. That would be awesome. But I'm in the last spot for people who have qualified for today, so it'll be an uphill battle. I have a good hero. I know how to play it. I didn't play a single new yesterday, but I did play multiple Zens and all the other good decks in the format, so let's see what happens today. So, calling round 1 on day 2, so round 9 actually. You can see we're back there in the cordoned off area where the Pro Tour played, which is a special feeling for me in itself, just playing in that area. I sat down opposite Pedro from Florianopolis in Brazil, a really nice guy. We were in a Kayo mirror, and he just drew all the hotness at the start of the game. He started turn 1 with a pulping, agile wind up discard, setting up a turn 2 with a swing big into the card that attacks your arsenal, where you need to flip a face up, forgot the name. And then after that, straight into a Blood Rush Spell next turn, and I lost this game. There's really nothing I can be sad or mad about. I didn't really get a chance to make any mistakes. It was just like, well, you got the hotness in this matchup, you just win if you do that, right? Whoever draws better usually wins. I think they had an off turn towards the end of the game, but they had a command and conquer for 7, and I was down on 1 life, so I had to block with 3 cards, and I could only arsenal a card, and that's it. That's all she wrote. And still, it was great meeting him. It was a good game. I enjoyed playing it, and I'm not mad at all. We're 6-3. I don't care. Let's keep playing and see what we can do next round. So while I talk about my next pairing, I'm just going to do something a little bit different and just film some of this awesome art. Very tempted by this pulping, but I'm never going to pay anything else but my reckless swing mat. So so I played the second round of day 2 of the calling. I was playing into Peter from Denmark, and he wasn't new, and what's surprising actually is that was my first new of the weekend. She represents a big part of the meta, so going into that for the first time is actually quite unusual. But I think just generally I kind of know what I need to do on Kayo into new, so I felt reasonably prepared. I disrespected his power turns a lot. I actually let him banish my Blood Rush Bellow, because I didn't want to throw everything at it to block it. Banished all 3 Blood Rush Bellows, of course, but then I felt like that the Blood Rush Bellows weren't going to be my winning condition anyway in this game, because the chance that those are going to be very, very strong it wasn't really a possibility. But I think the turning point in the game was when I Rolled Scapskins, rolled a 5 to then attack for CNC for 7. I cracked Sash as well, CNC for 7 into Weakest Link for 6. And I think that's where the momentum in the game swung. I did have to do that though to win the game, and it was the right decision. I've been really lucky with the rolls so far this weekend. I rolled like 4 or 5 times, and I've never rolled a 1. I had a 3, and after that only rolls that gave me 2 action points. Like I rolled 4s and 5s and 6s. I think that's probably one of the big reasons why I'm still playing a game over there. And we're just back at the merch stand here. They have cool t-shirts for all the part of Mistveil heroes, just some generic flesh and blood stuff. Of course the Pro Tour t-shirts, I think that's a meep. Look pretty nice, I love the colors there. Let's see what else, a lot of playmats here of course. See the t-shirts and the hats back there. You can buy the usual stuff like playmats and sleeves of course. I think it's interesting that they still have world mats, so probably didn't sell all of them. We have the Pro Tour here. Ooh, I have that one as well, I think. Pro Tour Amsterdam coin included in every €200 purchase. That's a lot of money. This one is really nice. Percent Universe. Beautiful art. Then all the different sleeves. I love mine. I'm playing with Fable art on it. So actually Iophedia, these are the sleeves that I'm using. I think I got them at Worlds if I remember correctly. Some repeat stuff here. Now we're over here at the prize wall, and they have the usual stuff. I hope I can get enough tickets to get a first edition Arcane, but I've only got 400 tickets, so I need 600. And I've put the feelers out to see if there's people who are willing to sell them, but I haven't really had anybody reply back yet, so I might just have to use the 400 tickets that I have for something else. You know, maybe some history pack, black border, maybe just get 10 tickets there or something like that. Never understood the allure of the oversized cards, but that's just me. Imperial Warhorn, very nice. Cast Bones at Home. Oh, the old school stuff here, and that'll only run you like €200 if you want to buy those. Oh wow, this is... I always like this playmat a lot. Fantastic playmat, but it's very expensive. And then I think the tokens in here are the same as in the other one. Here we go again, just standing in front of the registration. And before we get to the summary of the last round, I do have to say that everything here is really well organized. It's really smooth. I didn't hear of any issues all weekend long. Tournaments start reasonably on time. Everybody knows where they have to get going. The queues for ticket collection and for deeming them are 2 different crews. Registration has never had a large queue. I think the only queue that I saw was on Thursday evening when people collected their packages, but you didn't really have to do that. So, you know, you could have waited until the presentation was done, and then it was actually super fast. So everything going really well. I just played game number 3 on the second day of the calling. I played into Noah from, I believe it was the US. Yeah, he is on Team's Runaway, apparently. He wasn't sent. I lost the game. I think the big reason that I lost this game was because he played Ziffer Needles, and I had so much momentum at the start of the game that I ignored them and I didn't destroy them, and that kind of probably cost me the game because I should have gotten rid of them. He got a lot of value out of them. I think he did like 12 damage over the course of the game. And I think it came down to that. I was able to put on a lot of pressure with interrupts at the start, with Weakest Link and Command and Conquers and all that, but I just wasn't able to keep it up, and you know, Zen can do a lot of damage. So over the course of the weekend I'm now 2-2 into Zen on Kayo, and I think that is That's good. You know, it's an even record, and it's probably, in my opinion, the hardest matchup that Kayo has. So being able to do that is actually quite okay, and I'm happy with that. We have 2 more games to go, and if I win them both, I can still get into money. But again, it's just, you know, this is just the extra round, so we'll keep playing and we'll see how it happens. It's the second last round. I paired into Azalea. It was Jonathan from the US. I think I made a pretty big mistake when I forgot about the boots, Snapdragon Scalers, on a turn where he presented 7 damage and I got too eager. I wanted to do E-Strike into CNC, and I felt like, you know, if I can do that, he was on 15 life, I'd probably take a game. I didn't think about the Snapdragon Scalers, he cracks them, he continues to attack me for a second time, and I used the Scowling Flashback later on. I should have used him first. He did Rain Razors it, so, you know, there was maybe I think it said I had a 1 in 4 chance to hit the right card, so I can't continue the turn. But I should have used it. I didn't. I didn't pay attention to it. So yeah, I lost it because of that. It was pretty close at the end of the day, but you know, he draws into knock in the last turn, finds an arrow for 7 dominate, and I'm on 2. If he does anything else, maybe I can block it out and attack for claw. Is back down on 5, you know, if something happens maybe, but I think it was very difficult from where I was anyway. But hey, again, I got another win today. Maybe I can get a win in the last round, and it'll be a very good experience anyway. Last game against Adrian from Norway, and it was another KO mirror. I think I'm gassed, I'm done. I lost the mirror again. That was 2 mirrors that I lost today. So I'm ending my calling in Amsterdam on 7-5, which probably gets me in somewhere in the low 70s in the final ranking, but again, I'm super happy how it went. Starting 0-2 yesterday, I could not have anticipated that I'm still live to play day 2, and I got 1 more win today. I would have hoped, you know, maybe do a little better, but I played some really high level players on day 2, and it was a great learning experience, and I'll take that away and hopefully improve even further from here. As you can see, they're still playing behind me. I think I'm going to call it for this calling. Badumch. I think what I'll do is I will just go and seek out some lunch, maybe watch some Formula 1 this afternoon, and then go explore the city a little bit as well before I leave tomorrow morning early for my train back to London. Good morning everyone. It is Monday morning and I'm just about to embark on like a 6-hour journey back to London. I'm gonna be back on the trains, and it's hard to not reflect back on this weekend and just be really happy how it went. The organization was great, the travel was great so far, the hotel was great, met a lot of really cool people that I know from stream, people that I know from the local scene or the national scene, and people internationally that I got to meet again. It was just an awesome weekend, and yeah, I loved it. Everything. I wish I could go again next weekend. So thanks for watching this.